We are live. This is the NBA Rundown. The channel is Nuke the House. I'm your host, Fred Astaire. Sent Tyler a message about 20 minutes ago. I haven't heard back from him, so I just figured I'd start up. So, chat, I will be relying on you guys today. Dudes, I'm playing injured today. Dropped like a 60-pounder on my foot. This thing is swelling. Pretty annoyed by that. What's up, Clyde? How you doing? So yeah, hopefully Tyler jumps on soon, and we'll talk about what we saw last night. So 2 nights ago, 1 and 2 last night for me, very disappointing. 2 nights ago, I made a pick with the Bucks, and I felt like I watched the game and I go, Plato's. Yeah. Give me the hemlock, right? Right, Clyde? Or wait, that was Socrates that drank the hemlock. I don't know my Greek philosophers that well. I'll have to catch up. But let me go back to what I was saying, Clyde. When I lost with the Bucks 2 nights ago, I was watching and I go, that was just a bad pick by me, right? I didn't feel that way about last night's pick. I'll make that Boston bet again. They totally should have covered. A little lull. What's up, fathead? A little lull, to end the half. They jump out right at the beginning. They're covering most of the second half, and we just didn't go our way. The only thing I would argue is no play there, but I actually felt pretty good about that play. We got the under for the Warriors Rockets. Good for SGA. It's funny, we never spend time on the winners, right? Well, at least I don't. I always think about my losers constantly, and my winners are just like, well, of course. And the Warriors, with Jimmy Butler going out, like, was that really a bad pick by me? That team's totally different. And you look at Kuminga in that lineup, and you could see why Kerr's not playing him. I mean, it was just a terrible performance. He's not aggressive. He makes lots of mistakes, turnovers, not confident. I mean, this is just a bad spot for him, and I believe in Kuminga. Send him down to Sacramento. We'd love to rehab him in Sacramento, but he doesn't fit with this team. Yeah, that's fine. But I'm just saying, with Jimmy out there was a chance for the comeback, right? Yeah, see, Fathead agrees. If Jimmy's out there, they could have made the comeback, right? Because once that momentum happens and you get tense and, yeah. Anyways, so I kind of felt that was bad luck. Speaking of bad luck, and speaking of Jimmy, is he going to be back? That did not look good. And even if he's not 100%, I mean, Pat Riley has to just be feeling like he's like the anti-Nico Harrison right now, right? Trades a guy because he doesn't want to extend him because he doesn't think he's durable enough. And now the guy actually gets hurt in the playoffs, and the Heat and the Warriors could potentially be eliminated in the same rounds because oh wow. I'll just let you guys read this. I'm not going to read it out loud. Jimmy will play, but how effective will he be, fathead? How effective will he be? And just go down this little hypothetical with me right now, guys. If Jimmy's just out, let's just say he's out for the series. I don't think the Warriors win. Do you guys? I just don't. I think we're all picking the Warriors off the strength of the Steph and Jimmy combination, right? Two guys that I don't think Butler's a top 10 guy, but when he plays like he does, playoff Jimmy, top 10 guy. So you had 2 top 10 guys. That's how you win a championship, right? Luka, LeBron, Steph, Jimmy, right? I mean, these guys can hang. So, I'm gonna be really curious to see what happens going forward. And when is that next game? And do we have a line for it? So it's the 26th. It's in Golden State, and the Warriors are laying 3. The Warriors just caught 4. 7-point swing. Seems about right. Rockets versus Lakers. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Clippers are not going to beat OKC. I don't think. Yeah, they need Jayme, but they play Saturday and Monday. Yeah, I was just looking at that, man. Tough break there for Golden State. So, like I said, and maybe you're right, Clyde. I mean, maybe it was just a bad pick, but it feels basically of the 4 picks I've made, the one I feel the worst about was the Milwaukee Bucks 2 nights ago because I watched that and I go, I don't know what I was thinking. On these 2 picks last night, I was fine. I was fine losing that Boston game by 1.5 when they were covering the whole second half. That Warriors pick, the way they've dominated the Rockets in recent history, I'm fine going down with the ship on that one. And I do think that they would have made a comeback with Jayme in there. Last one from Fathead. He said Kerr said Jayme told him he'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, but what is he going to say? So, and we've seen guys out there hobbling before. I remember Anthony Davis did it one year. What year was that? He gets hurt, and everybody's criticizing him, right? So he goes out and he could barely walk, right? Just because he wasn't gonna tap himself out, right? Had to let everyone see, like, guys, I just can't do it. Jimmy's 35, and that was a tough one. So, all right, let's dive into tonight. And I have one play that I like, and it looks like the market is moving against me. Fathead talking about Butler one more time. He says maybe he misses game 3, and if they lose, he plays game 4. No, it wasn't the bubble because in the bubble they won and he was healthy. It was who did they lose to that year? It might have been the following year or 2 years afterwards. It was one of the last couple years. I think it was against Denver, Clyde, that this happened. But I can't remember. I'm old. Okay. So let's talk about the Knicks and the Pistons, though. Spoiler alert, I'm on the Pistons, and here's my thinking. Take out that 21-0 run. The Pistons have outplayed the Knicks. And this was in Madison Square Garden. We know how important home court advantage is in the NBA. And I think this team's going to be fired up, and we get the traditional cliche that the role players will play better at home. But I believe it's true. And, it's a cliche for a reason, just like, jokes are funny when they're true. If there's a hint of truth in the joke, it's funny. It's a cliche for the reason because it's happened year after year after year after year. This isn't a new thing here. So I like Detroit here. So let's see. Let's just say, and I'd love to hear you guys throw them in the chat, Clyde or Fathead or the rest of you gentlemen. I'd love to hear reasons why you might be on the Knicks. I mean, they just snapped. Cade had 33 and 12 last game. I think he got those opening game jitters out, and I think they found some stuff. I don't think Brunson's 100%. I don't think Bridges is the player they thought they were getting when they acquired him. And I don't think I can I don't think I can trust Towns. I mean, could he beat me? Yeah. Of course he can. But yeah, I'm on Detroit here. I'm trying to find some more stats to back this up. I'm looking through a lot of people on some props here for tonight, but not me. So both teams are even. New York Knicks were 19 and 22 ATS on the road. Pistons 19 and 22 ATS at home. I remember that we had looked at if we sorted for the last half of the season, though. Knicks 36 and 31 as a favorite, 53%. But Detroit as an underdog, 25 and 18 ATS, 58%. And as a home underdog, 11 and 7, 61% against the spread. While New York is 14 and 14 as a road favorite. They played 6 times now this year. Detroit's 4 and 2 against the spread against the Knicks. So, I mean, I could be wrong here. And these NBA playoffs are tough because when you come on here and you do this, like you look either really smart or really dumb. Like Milwaukee looked really dumb, right? So taking Detroit in game 2 looked smart. So yeah, that's the way these things go. New York won. Well, we already went over this, but 1-4 ATS in their last 5. I did the 6 times for the whole year. Total's gone over in 5 of their last 7. Did not go over tonight. If I did play a total, that's what I'd be looking at there. So I'm going to go ahead and Detroit's my favorite play. If you were only going to make one NBA play tonight and just watch the NFL draft, I have a buddy that just loves NFL, right? Fellow Raiders fan like me. He's so mad that I told him I was going to watch Pistons Knicks and not the NFL draft tonight. I'm like, I could just get the information on Twitter. They're just walking to the podium. Like, what am I missing? Yeah. I mean, I have 2 TVs. I might have it on, but I don't know. I might just have a TV show on too. And just be scrolling Twitter and seeing who gets picked where. Fathead, you're a Raiders fan like me, right? If Towns is not going to show up, they're in trouble. Yeah, I mean, I think they're in trouble even if he does. I know Tyler likes to say this. Who's going to score for Detroit? Who's going to score for New York? They have Brunson and Towns, and that's it. Like, Anunoby's cool, but he's not this great creator. Bridges has definitely regressed on both sides of the ball. Jalen Duren, I think, is going to eat up these boards. I almost like Detroit better defensively. I almost feel like they have more experience. They have Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley, Dennis Schrader. Schrader's got a ring. Who else has got a ring in this game? Did OG get one with Toronto? Yes, he did. So OG's got a ring and Schrader's got a ring. That's about it. So, even though we think of New York as this more experienced team, other than Cade and Duren, who's really young on Detroit? Fathead wants Raiders to go deep. I want Sanders, right, Fathead? So if we pass on Sanders, I will be pissed. I want Shedeur so bad. I can't believe people are dissing him. All right. So that's it for the next game. I like the Pistons. I love the Pistons, and I lean the over. All right, let's go to the next game. Get my numbers from bookmaker.eu. Did it log me out already? I was just on this bookmaker. Come on, bro. Man, I thought the Pistons were going to take money. Knicks are taking money. All right, next game. Man, I need Tyler to talk about this last one. Jayme in the chat. What's up, buddy? Let me know when you're back in town. Hopefully you can come back on with us tomorrow. Knicks by 20. Jayme and I are opposite. We'll do some bragging rights, and congratulations, Jayme, on watching your team get a win live in Los Angeles on Tuesday night. The Thunder are now out to minus 9.5, taking on the Grizzlies, total 229.5. I'm not really interested in this game. However, if you were to take Memphis, tonight's the night. The proverbial kitchen sink game, right? They're going all out. I already said the cliche of role players play better at home, but I definitely think it's going to come in handy tonight. And I think, let's be honest, Memphis is an immature team. And they've had this core for a while. These guys just aren't growing up. And hey, props to them. I'm 49 years old and I'm sitting on YouTube talking about the NBA. So I'm not growing up either. So props to them for not growing up. However, immature team, I think they're really going to be fired up at home and they're going to feed off that energy. I don't think they're the veteran team that can handle going on the road like we had hoped. Fathead's going to go back to the well with Oklahoma City team total over. First half, yeah. I'm trying to see if there's any stats or anything you could pull up. Let's see. I don't see really any stats. So, I mean, what? Thunder are up by 70 points so far in this season. And this is why I'm not taking Memphis. So they've won by 51-19 in the playoffs, and they won by 24-13, 17, and 21. I mean, yeah. Memphis first half. I wonder if they're. I'll bet you that's because it's such a standard play. Yeah, I don't really have a lot on this game, guys. I'll be honest. I'm not paying attention to the series at all. I mean, I think this series shows why you don't fire your coach with 2 weeks left in the regular season and all his assistants. Because you look woefully unprepared. And I know Oklahoma City's a better team, but not like this. I mean, Memphis had the 2 seed in March or something. Like right when I moved, Memphis was in second place. So this team isn't that bad. And I don't know. Obviously Jalen Wells hurt, but not to this level of embarrassment. I mean, OKC's covered against them 6 times already this season. Man, I'm almost talking myself into OKC, even though like my old man brain says take the team that got embarrassed down 2-0. Let's see. We've already gone over some of these. Let's just go over the totals. Totals gone under in the last 5 times these teams have met. That'd be interesting. And totals gone over in 5 of Memphis's last 6 home games. All right. That's about it for that game, guys. I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm not too excited about it. I was really excited to buy this next game, to bet this next game, but they priced me out of it, man. The market thinks that the Clippers are 3 points better than the Nuggets, huh? What do you guys think about that? Because Nuggets were -2.5. Then it went all the way out to Clippers -1. This is in Denver. Now this game, they're out to 5.5. Man, I really think the Clippers are going to win tonight. And I think the Clippers are going to win this series. I just don't know if it's by 5.5. Total is only 212, right? Total probably goes under. Those 5.5 points are going to mean a lot. I mean, both games have been decided by what? Barely any points. I mean, the score in the series is what? 215 to 214 cumulatively. Yeah, because Denver won by 2. And then what the Clippers won by? 3? Anyways, I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Clippers win. -227 is way too much on the money line. 227. Shout out to all the old heads out there. It's Nuggets or pass, and I think right now I'm going to pass. But 5.5 is too much. I make this line 2 or 3. Like, I'll be honest, if I was on fire, I would just bet this. Because I have like a 2.5 point edge to the Nuggets here. But I haven't been doing that well. And I do think the Clippers are going to win. And we go back to one of those things as bettors to try and keep us off just blindly taking points. Because if you watch the show, you know that I love to take points. And I guess it doesn't apply when you're getting +14, right? But when you take these points, especially in this 5.5 range, you want to think that your team can win outright. And obviously the Nuggets can win outright. But, if this was just like if I was on Zach Lowe's podcast and we're just talking about who wins the games, right? They don't talk about gambling. I would say I think the Clippers are going to win tonight. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers won both games in Los Angeles. I wrote about this game and I picked the Clippers and I said, this one's going 7. But I saw some things on that Clippers victory. What night was that? Was that Tuesday night? That I think is replicable. Obviously, Kawhi had an unbelievable performance, but Denver's got no depth at all. I mean, they really need Jokic to go like 30, 17, and 12 to win. And obviously, he can do that, right? Which is why I'm not putting the -227 in a parlay or anything. I'm just staying away from it. So the right play there is the Nuggets +5.5. But I don't think I'm going to get there, and I'll just keep an eye on it. You guys should probably bet it because my leans have been fire. All right, let me give you some trends. Denver 6-13 against the spread over their last 19. Clippers 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. Denver 14-6 straight up in their last 20. That doesn't really matter. Denver 2-6 ATS in their last 8 against the Clippers. Total's gone under 6 of the last 8 times these two teams have played. Clippers have won 5 straight home games. Let me see if I can pull up anything else of use here. Guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's fun to talk NBA with you guys before this NFL draft kicks off. Let's see. So at home this year, the Clippers shot 39% from three as a team. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, and Denver was outside. That's not really matter that much. Yeah. God. It's Nuggets or pass right now. I'm going to pass. And I would just keep betting the unders in all these games. I mean, they're hitting at like 60%. So, I mean, it's going to be really hard to get me to take an over here. Yeah, so the Clippers lost by 2 and then won by 3 in the first 2 games. Both games went under so far. However, the first game was a 222 on a 224. The second game was a 207 on a 217. Yeah, I mean, I lean the under, but I think 212 is actually a pretty good number for that. Yeah, Jayme likes the over. I mean, it might get to the point, right, where they're just dropping these totals too low. 212 at 212, the series would have 1 over, 1 under. Yeah, and I like the 5.5 too. So, Jayme, I'm going to reach out to you after the show. Hopefully, you guys can jump on with us tomorrow. Hopefully, you're back in Colorado, and hopefully, we can break down this impending Timberwolves victory. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. The official play for tonight: give me the Detroit Pistons money line. I think the Pistons get it done, and we'll see how this goes with the Knicks. I just haven't been impressed. I haven't been impressed. And also talk about, I mean, I think Detroit might have the coaching edge here. I think Thibodeau could be out. And I think his style might be done. And it's not to say he's not a great coach, right? But we've seen the game pass great coaches by. And I don't know if Rex Ryan was a great coach, but the game passed him by, right? He was a really good coach. That's an example. So nothing against Tibbs, and he's done great for his time. And I'm having problems adjusting to life as it gets older too. Like, it's a whole new world for me. A lot of the things that the younger generation believes in and values are complete antithesis of what I grew up with. So I'm not trying to knock Tibbs, but I'm just saying his style might be a little outdated. And I think Detroit is going to take advantage of that. I think Biggerstaff's going to have his team more prepared. And they're going to be fired up in Detroit. They're going to be fired up. When I was growing up, speaking about being old again, I mean, Detroit was a basketball town. That people love the Pistons. That was one of the hardest places to play. And not just because you could potentially get beat up by Ron Artest, but just it was a tough place to play, right? The way Denver's a tough place to play. The way Sacramento in that time period was a tough place. Well, not that time period, but, when we were good, we were a really tough place to play, right? We've talked about this before. How long has it been since what? They've had a playoff game, 2008? Was their last playoff series? No, playoff win was last playoff win was 2008. If I remember right, their last playoff series, they got smoked by Milwaukee where the lines were like 8. That was back when Milwaukee was good. And the lines were like 18.5 and they still couldn't cover. So that would have been, what year was that Detroit it was before Cade. I know that. It might have been the bubble year. Was it the bubble year? Anyways, yeah, no, they've definitely, but the fans wouldn't have gone. Yeah, it's been a while. That place is going to be rocking. Jayme, we're opposite on that game. We're the same on the Denver Nuggets. My best play for this evening, give me the Detroit Pistons money line, nuke the house.